do your November 2024 Intuitive Tarot readings. If you're new, I'm MJ. I'm the founder of Ultra Love and your hostess here, and I read tarot. So plenty of content here from over the years. I've been broadcasting on the internet since like 2012. Yoga, meditation, different spiritual teachings along the way, and healing modalities. So feel free to check that all out. Gemini, let's get into your November energies. Divine guidance and loving clarity is my intention with tarot. Divine guidance and loving clarity. This is for Gemini. Anybody resonating with the Gemini energy. Divine guidance and loving clarity. There's a lot of shifting of power going on. It's just collectively speaking, so far Aries and Taurus also are having really dynamic changes. It's like focusing on home life or connections, and I feel like you might be wanting to manifest more soulful connections for your life. So the Hierophant coming up is the central energy. It's reversed. So this is sort of possibly a move, gaining keys to something, keys to an office, keys to a house, keys to a car. It can also be representative of integrating our power and our personal wisdom. So we're no longer seeking external power. We're no longer seeking permission from external authority bodies. There's, this could also be part of the move. In the recent past, it looks like there was some heartache around a King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. They're in the reverse. They weren't in their integrity. They might have been doing other things with other people. There's definitely a bit of heartache here, followed up by renewal. So it could be central. You're focusing on a move. You're focusing on shifting. You're focusing on integrating your personal power. And that is likely to manifest more aligned connections, people that feel like home, soulmate energy. And so that's really coming through, a lot more soulmate energy, manifestation, desired manifestation. And then also coming in on the horizon is this King of Pentacles. So for some of you, this could be a potential work colleague, somebody that's going to maybe help you manifest more money, finance stuff, material possessions, still connected to home life, familiarity. Some of you just might be focusing on creating a more homey home or loving home, or wanting like more of your tribe kind of thing, more people, like-minded people that you can share with. This is like on your mind, or like you're pondering this. I feel like there could be some doubt, like you're still unsure. You're, oh dear, oh dear, oh Gemini. Gemini, this is like, other people's ideas, other people's expectations, feeling disempowered because we're literally just taking on too much shit from other people, like naysayers, or well, you have to do it this way, or you have to do it that way, or things that perceptions or energetics that burden us as a person and stir up conflict. Oh no, what if I can't do it? Doubt, self-doubt, petty conflict, like inner battles, like we doubt ourselves. We don't feel good enough. So that's kind of in the vortex, as it were. You're possibly struggling a little bit with this manifestation of a greater familiarity, but tribe, love, connectivity at home, people you can grow stuff with, people that you can tend to your garden with, that you feel just warmth from, right? You're wanting to manifest this, and you're having to really claim your own personal power to do so, because there's some either wounding or like denial, self-denial around your personal power, and potentially taking on too much from other people, or taking on other people's ideas, or getting swept into other people's shit, as it were. And this would be patterns, right? Like these would be energetic patterns that you're in, or have been in, or as you endeavor to more deeply commit to manifesting what you truly desire from home and out into the world. It's like there's a sense of like, like, why do I doubt, or why do I worry, or why do I Why do I feel undeserving? Or why am I battling myself about this? Hence, Hierophant, you might take time out. 2 times Nine of Swords. Some of you, this is potentially deeply troubling, or you've been through I'm hearing disturbing. This card, the Nine of Swords, does make me think of like when we're disturbed, when our mind is like really in some deep, heavy, darker, disturbing realms, and it's affecting our life. It's disrupting our sleep, right? Definitely. Mourning, healing, loss, 2 times High Priestess reverse. So Gemini, this feels like there's potentially some kind of like denial going on, possibly a King of Cups, Scorpio, Gemini, or Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, a water sign, somebody who might come off as really like mature and emotionally caring, and then they're quite harsh, or there's been some third party situation, or like getting involved. It's one of those things of like getting involved with situations that maybe deep down we're like aware this isn't right, or something's not right, or and it, but for some reason we're in it, and then there's all this pain, emotional pain. Maybe it's you or the other person like having flings or having affairs, and there's a lot of emotional grief. And then so again, breaking free, claiming your power, Hierophant. I'm hearing going home, and then there's like this sense of manifesting what you truly desire. This is an autonomous card. It's a little bit dreamy. Like there's still a sense of seeding things, deeply intending, deeply committing. And it's like as you deeply commit, you may notice or be aware of like, wow, that's really not me, or like that's not what I want, or like that's actually not my conflict, that's so and so's conflict, or that's how they think about life, and I don't have to think that way about life. And actually, when we're taking on too much ideas, projection, whatever from other people, we can end up feeling really disempowered, like we don't have the skills, the whatever, and we do. Or at least there's certainly help coming in. This is your commitment, though. You're having to internally commit to manifesting what you truly want, to having more like-minded people, like-minded, heart-centered people around you. And then there's also a little message about like, and inviting, having the courage to invite people that can help you heal, or opening up to that sense of vulnerability to ask for help. That sort of Shazam. So just be patient with yourself here, Gemini, especially if this is resonating with regards to like there's some grief coming up, heartache. High Priestess, like either having to really commit, but also like listening more diligently to the intuition. Usually, here's the wild thing, like often the intuition is the very first impulse, the very first sense of like yay or nay about a situation, and then we rationalize, we look at the objective reality, we start to rationalize ourselves away from the intuitive knowing. I do these two energies, these are warm to me, and I feel like if you can feel into this, like just like legit garden, go tend to a garden, or do some cleaning, or just things that can help bring us into the present moment that are like useful, like cleaning, gardening. Those are useful activities, but they're also quite meditative, grounding, and there's reward. You the garden looks better, the house looks better, because this energy, I genuinely feel there's this sense of like having to make space. Yeah, just having to make space with the intention of inviting better energies, tribe, people you love. It could just be like one other, like a bestie, like one best friend. I just need a friend, like, or a therapist, healer, practitioner on some level to help you clarify from certainly some of these energies like in your vortex I feel are disruptive, actually, like disruptive or hurtful, or like you just don't need it right now. And the Fool card's coming in. There's this energy of like, I want to break free. I want to have a new beginning. I want to be able to like, and it's here. And yet I'm just getting this sense of maybe needing a little support. Father of Wands. So there could be like a healer, a practitioner, a magician, I don't know, like somebody that ding, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I need some support. I definitely need that help. Or like, you know, when you have those like totally chance encounters and you just get chatting and it turns out that so and so has a skill set, and then you're like, oh my God, and then you're like, hey, you end up like working with that person, or that person like will put you in touch with somebody who can help you out, you know? So be open to those those like chance encounters, because there's this new beginning that wants to come in, and there's some dense energies or conflicted energies in your vortex, in your psyche, right? Like that's the fire energy, is that often these are unconscious. Like we're doing things, we're plodding along with life, we don't know why we end up getting in the same situation over and over again. And there's attachment somehow to the field, or to our way of thinking. Hence, other human beings can reflect things to us, point things out, and then we're like, oh my God, didn't even see that. Oh, I'm sorry, Gemini. Because I swear to God, I just shuffled, and then the hyena again. So this is a little bit of like spicy or crunchy. People that are around you that just like you could probably be served by taking a bit of time out just for yourself, just to like, the hyena just makes me feel suspicious of like someone around you that doesn't have your best interest at heart, and it's like fucking with you at this point. That's like kind of specific. So again, take what resonates, leave the rest. These are general readings. You've got the power, you know, like you definitely have more power than anyone outside of you, or anyone like on the internet, certainly. So hold that space. Commit, take some time out, garden, luxuriate, pamper yourself, hang out with some besties. There's a little bit of cocooning energy as well. Because I do, Knight of Wands, there's been some, you could say foul play. There's been some heartache, grief, deep sorrow coming through you or other people around you, that is just like you're needing a break, a move, take the key, go somewhere, you know, take a drive. Because I feel like as you get a bit more in that cocoony space, or in that space where you're clear enough to seed intentions and clear out some space and feel more at home wherever you are, there will become a more obvious realization, right? Self-realization, self-study, internal self-reflection, bosh. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that I was taking on so much from that person, or I didn't even realize how much pressure I felt to perform, to create, to whatever. Burden, ow, it's heavy, it's heavy. You know, it's that classic thing of somebody being like, that's just the way it is. And you're like, well, okay, well, that's your perception. It doesn't have to be that way. It's just that often we take stuff on from, we know this, right? We take it on from people, life. And somehow, for whatever reason, we choose it for a purpose in that moment. And then cycles exhaust themselves, and collectively, so individually and on the big wider world scale, huge pattern breaks. You know, we're in it. We're in these collapses. We're in these like old structures that are just not working for us anymore. Those structures are wobbling, you know, and here we are, knowing that wobble, having to take pretty what feels like big risks to break us out of some of these patterns that are, you know, you could say sabotage or karmic or just painful. Or we work really hard, don't get what we want, or you know, we invest and we share and we're vulnerable and do all those things in relationship, and we still end up attracting somebody who doesn't want to be with us, or sleeps around, or whatever it might be, right? You might be focusing on your career, and yeah, definitely a bit of a focus on career. This came through either for Aries or Taurus, but knowing that with this all this healing that's happening, that we have to create sustainable patterns. So sustainability is the sixth house, and this is all about our daily routines. What kind of stuff are we doing every day? In the midheaven, I feel like you might feel a bit lost right now. I'm aware that if you're a Gemini rising, you've got Saturn transiting your 10th house, which is your career house, right? And Saturn, whenever it's transiting a certain area of our lives, it's going to be kind of difficult. It maybe, or we have to put a lot of work in, or we think we're on a direction, and life is like, no, that this is the direction, and so you're probably being redirected. And primary is finding the day-to-day routines that can sustain you, and obviously with a sense of service, right? Which usually people equate to as money, the way we exchange our services for this money to help us survive. So I feel like this cocoon in healing, because the Chiron energy is here, healing your sense of self in community to then empower your midheaven, to empower your role, your purpose, and how you show up in the world, how you see yourself, your status. It's all contained in the midheaven. So you guys have a spiritual connection to your eternal child that's worth remembering and healing to bring out to the fore and establish in your daily routine. There is a new beginning. Some of you might feel resonant with needing support to break some of these cycles or see them more clearly so that you can integrate them. Holla, Gemini. Gemini, that's your reading for the month of November. Stay committed to your practice. Beware of people that feel suspicious. It's likely they are. Trust yourself. Gemini are known for having brilliant minds, and there's spice and brilliance in that. However, there's also the discernment of just taking on too many ideas from too many other people and then like getting lost in that. So it's like come back to self and generate that awareness for yourself, and that will behoove you moving forward into your future. Have a great month of November, Gemini. Feel free to comment, share, subscribe, check out Patreons. They get access to the Be the Change courses. You can buy my book. My book is there. You can see it behind me. Fearless Life Guide. Check that out on Amazon, you guys. But mostly look after yourselves. Have a great month. I appreciate you so much. I'll see you guys real soon. Take care. Peace out.